Over the weekend, Moses Kuria endorsed Martha Karua for the position of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And I listened to Moses Kuria's statement very carefully. And I came to the conclusion that Moses Kuria was actually addressing the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. He was sending a coded message to the DP. I want you to listen very briefly to Moses Kuria, because I want to explain to you guys into details the coded message which Moses Kuria was sending to the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. Listening to Moses Kuria very briefly before we proceed.
I've read Jubilee, I'm the party leader of Chama cha Kazi. I did that knowing that there could be repercussions, and I'm ready for it. That I've heard some people go around the country say that other parties are tribal parties. Let me say one thing. We once had one party, not just a national party, but the only party called KANU. And it was not just a national party, it was only a party. We saw the consequences that that party took us through. And you know, there are some designs of other people to take us back to that one-party dictatorship. We went to the street to fight for multipartyism. We are not going back to the streets again. We are going to be there, and nobody has the right to brand other people small parties or tribal parties. I think by the new year, personally for me, when I come back, because I want to take some back seat for some until the new year, but we'll go all over and watch it tukutane kwa uwanja. May the best man win. Let no one go there and brag that they're national party or that the tribal party. I know also some people want to remove our religion from the equation of the next dispensation because they think they have got our religion in the pocket. I want to say, oh, wow, things are just about to unveil, and I hope that they change their thoughts and their orientation towards that dictatorship mentality that saw this country almost go to the dogs. Okay. So, in all likelihood, it is unlikely that Mount Kenya region is going to produce the next president of this country. At the same time, given our voting numbers, we are entitled to produce the next deputy president of this country. And in my own individual capacity, as a member of parliament for Gatundu South, I want to endorse the Honorable Mother Karua for the position of deputy president. She has the integrity, she has the stamina, she has a record, she has a clear starting record as a crusader for both multipartyism and for human rights, for defense of the constitution, unflinching. In fact, they used to say the only man among the women, even during Kibaki's time, that is a kind of character who does not know the spelling or the meaning of the word corruption, full of integrity, and any candidate who is dreaming of getting Mount Kenya votes need to start talking to Mother Karua as the next Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Thank you.
If you listened very closely to the statement by Moses Kuria, he described Martha Karua as a person of high integrity. That Martha Karua has the stamina, the record, and that she's a crusader for multipartyism and human rights, a defender of the Constitution. That statement alone disqualifies the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, because you can't describe Ruto as someone who has defended the Constitution, as a crusader of multipartyism, as someone who's been fighting for the human rights in this country. In my view, Moses Kuria was sending a message, a very strong message, to the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. But before we get into all those, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. As you can see, I'm actually doing this particular video from the village, but I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Let me be very brief. What message was Moses Kuria trying to send to the Deputy President by endorsing Martha Karua? In my view, he was sending 5 messages. Number one, the first message Moses Kuria was sending is that Moses Kuria as an individual is likely to support Raila Amolo Odinga for the presidency in 2022 against the Deputy President Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Why am I saying this? Martha Karua has been very consistent that she can't support the Deputy President Dr. William Samoei Ruto. And Martha Karua has always maintained that given an option, she can actually work with Raila Amolo Odinga. When Martha Karua was appointed as the spokesperson for the larger Mount Kenya region, one thing she made very clear was that she was not going to support Tanga Tanga. And I've maintained on this platform that Martha Karua and the group are actually working very closely with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And just within a short period of time, we're likely to see Moses Kuria, Martha Karua, and Mwangi Kiunjuri supporting the candidate President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to support in 2022. So in my view, I strongly believe that Moses Kuria was actually trying to tell the DP that is going to support Martha Karua and the person who Martha Karua is going to support. As a matter of fact, there's this notion that Raila Odinga is likely to appoint Martha Karua as the preferred presidential running mate for 2022. So in my view, that's the first message Moses Kuria was sending to the DP. Number two, the second message is that Ruto is corrupt. That's why he was very particular that Martha Karua doesn't even know the meaning of corruption and the spelling of corruption. Corruption in this country is going to form one of the agendas for 2022. And you must give the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, credit for this. Immediately after the last election, William Ruto was considered to be one of the most corrupt individuals in this country. And at some point, the president went further and targeted all those people who are supporting William Ruto. They were kicked out from government so that a perception was going to be created that Ruto was the most corrupt individual in the country. But that did not happen. President Uhuru Kenyatta failed in that mission because the DP knew that corruption was going to be a factor. The fact that Moses Kuria is now coming up, that Martha Karua doesn't know the meaning of corruption, doesn't know the spelling of corruption, in my view, if you ask me, was targeted at the DP. Because the DP and all his associates are actually associated with the corruption. So in my view, the deputy president, in my view, Moses Kuria was targeting the deputy president with that particular statement. Number three, Moses Kuria was also telling the deputy president, William Ruto, that you must choose a running mate from the larger Mount Kenya region. Because if you listened very closely, he was saying that as a region, they have the numbers and they must be accorded that running mate. But the message Moses Kuria is telling the DP is that as much as we are going to get as a running mate, that running mate must be someone who is credible. That running mate cannot be Rigathi Gachagua. So the fact that Mount Kenya has the numbers, the DP is considering the region. Rigathi Gachagua has emerged, and I did a video on that, how Rigathi Gachagua managed to outwit the other guys. Moses Kuria is reminding the DP that as much as we can get a running mate from the larger Mount Kenya region, that person must be a person of credibility, of integrity, and that person cannot be found in your camp. Reach out to Martha Karua. I don't know what will happen today if, for example, William Ruto were to decide to support or to choose Martha Karua as the preferred running mate. Number four, in my view, I think the fact that Martha Karua was appointed as the spokesperson of the larger Mount Kenya region, the other message the Moses Kuria is telling the DP is that if you want to talk to Mount Kenya, please use Martha Karua. Of course, Moses Kuria was in the same level with Rigathi Gachagua, with the Mwangi Kiunjuri. The group then decided that the best person they were going to work with was none other than Martha Karua as their leader. He's now telling the DP that if you want to talk to us through Martha Karua, but any attempt to remove Mount Kenya region from 2022, from post-2022 politics by associating with people of unknown character will not be allowed. In my view, that's another message which the deputy president, which Moses Kuria was telling the deputy. And lastly, and this came out very loudly and clearly from that statement, that in January, as Moses Kuria, I'm going to come out very strongly and I'm going to start campaigning and my strength will be felt. So basically, Moses Kuria is telling the DP that you still have a chance of reaching out to us. But if you can't reach out to us, that window is going to be closed in January. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And again, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, what we do on this channel is very simple. We analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing you can do is to click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And for those who are watching us for the first time, just click the subscribe button. Just click now. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys. You guys stood with me during the burial of my father, during the period, which was a very difficult period. You stood with me. I accorded my father a very decent burial because of you guys. And I'm still in the village here. I will be back soon. I will actually be back soon. Maybe by next week I'll be fully up and running. But for now, please just accept the small things I'm doing here. Thank you guys and may you have a good day.